Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. Before I get started with the reading, I just want to take a second and thank all of my subscribers. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, and just all of your positive feedback. If you are interested in receiving additional guidance from the weekly and monthly tarot forecast that I offer here on my channel, I do actually draw and upload every single day a daily oracle guidance card to my Instagram and Facebook pages. So if you're interested in receiving additional guidance, please head over and like me on Facebook or follow me on Instagram. If you are interested in receiving a private reading from me, I do actually have linked below in the description bar my website, so head over to my website and read about how I offer my private readings. And make sure that for these weekly tarot forecasts you are watching your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign to get the most insight. Some weeks you will resonate more with your sun sign, other weeks you will resonate more with your rising sign or ascendant sign, and then sometimes you might even resonate with all three, your sun, moon, and rising sign. So again, I just want to thank you guys so very much for all of your support. You guys are truly amazing. Thank you for all of the positive feedback, your likes, your shares, your comments. I do wish you all a wonderful week. Stay tuned for the reading. Hi Pisces, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of October 3rd through the 9th. This is for Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Rising signs. All right, Pisces, so at the bottom of the deck, I have the Knight of Cups. Very nice. So the Knight of Cups can represent an offer. So this could be someone coming through with an offer for some Pisces. For other Pisces, this could actually be you extending an offer to someone. Now, with the Knight of Cups, it can be an offer of love, of course. You could be asking someone out on a date. For some other Pisceans, this could be you receiving an offer. This could be someone asking you out for some Pisces. And then for some other Pisceans, this certainly could be any sort of offer coming through. It could be an offer for a new job. I am sensing that for many of you. An offer on a house. There's some sort of maybe offer or information that's coming to you that's going to make you very happy, Pisces. The overall energy is the Queen of Wands, which is quite interesting. So I see many of you very, very fiery, passionate, incredibly creative. No matter if you're male or female, I just see you being incredibly driven. The Queen of Wands has high energy, and when she wants something, she really goes after it. So I see many of you just incredibly fiery, creative, and, you know, maybe taking action, going after whatever it is that you desire. And with the Knight of Cups here, you know, he's also a forward-moving energy. This is you moving towards that emotional abundance, that happiness. And we are starting out with the Eight of Wands, which can represent, you know, the energy shifting. If you've been a Pisces who has had to be patient and really, you know, wait on something with strength here, really go within and rely upon, you know, your inner strength with having to wait on something. This is, you know, the energy now moving forward for many of you. This is things happening quite quickly. For some of you, suddenly. This also can represent communication coming through. So for some of you, you're receiving an offer or communication this week. And I do feel like for many of you, this would be right in the beginning of the week. I feel like there's communication coming through. For some of you, it's coming in quite suddenly. Now, because I have the Queen of Wands here and strength, there could be some Pisceans that have a Leo in their life. This could be a Leo that is communicating with you, or even, you know, a fire sign person that is communicating with you. But with the Eight of Wands, things are looking up. Things are improving. Things are moving forward. And with the Six of Pentacles next to the Eight of Wands, I see many of you receiving communication, or, you know, there could be some Pisceans that are giving someone an offer or communicating with someone. Now, for some of you, that can certainly be a fire sign person, but also I do have the Queen of Pentacles here. So for some of you, it will be an earth sign person, perhaps a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo person. I am getting Taurus quite strongly here as well, which is very, very interesting, this spread. You have the Leo card with the Queen of Wands, which is very interesting, Pisces. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Hierophant, and the Hierophant represents the sign of Taurus. And, you know, that's what the Queen of Pentacles is. So this is, honestly, this is a very, very interesting spread. So there could be some Pisceans that maybe you have Leo in your chart, or maybe you have Taurus in your chart. Or you could be dealing with a Leo or a Taurus this week, Pisces. But the Queen of Pentacles, she also represents that financial abundance, that security, that stability, that success. Now, for some of you, this could be your energy, very fiery and quite passionate when it comes to maybe a new job or, you know, your finances, very, very focused on your finances or your career this week, Pisces. You could be very grounded, practical. You could be taking the bull by the horns. For some of you, this is you taking control of a situation. Coming through quite strong, very, very fiery for some of you. And the Queen of Pentacles, you know, she can represent that new position, because we also have the Eight of Pentacles here. So for some Pisceans, this is you receiving that communication in regards to a new job. You're hearing that maybe news from that company that you've applied at. For other Pisceans, with the Eight of Pentacles here, this certainly could be you receiving a raise or a promotion, receiving that communication that you've been waiting on. Maybe you put in for like a promotion. You're trying to maybe move up within the company that you work for. And this certainly could be you receiving that communication in regards to that. I do apologize, I can't speak today, Pisces. But, you know, however you can relate to this, no matter if this is a new job or maybe for some of you moving up within the company you already work for, I see you moving towards that stability. I see you moving towards that abundance. With the Knight of Swords just charging at the Queen of Pentacles here, this is you moving towards that stability, that abundance. So, you know, if you are landing, if you've landed a new job, Pisces, I feel like this is a higher paying position and a position that's just, you know, incredibly good for you. It's going to bring in a lot of security and stability into your life. And I see you working very hard. I think this is something you've worked very hard on. You've worked very hard towards this, and you're definitely being rewarded for that hard work, Pisces. And I also see you moving towards, you know, something that's really exciting. We have the Knight of Swords sitting with the Ace of Wands here. So we have this really exciting new beginning that you're charging towards, that you're moving towards quite quickly with this other energy here. I feel like this is what you're moving towards, you know, quite quickly, is something that's exciting, but also this stability and this security. And with the Hierophant on top of the Ace of Wands, this certainly could be an exciting new position. You know, a position that, you know, maybe this is something that you're quite passionate about. This is something you've, you know, really wanted with the Hierophant here. Now, for some other Pisceans, this certainly could be a relationship. I do feel like for a smaller amount of Pisceans, you know, this is something you're going to relate to on a romantic front. Or even for some Pisceans with the Queen of Pentacles here and the Hierophant, you could have been waiting on an offer, waiting on paperwork, very important documents, and this is what you're moving towards. You could be receiving that communication when it comes to that, and this is what you're moving towards. For some of you, maybe you're moving to a new home. And then for some other Pisceans, this is maybe a new relationship that's starting with maybe a fire sign or an earth sign person. And it's exciting. With the Ace of Wands, there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of attraction. And with the Hierophant on top of the Ace of Wands, if you are starting a new relationship, this very well could be one that leads to marriage, or you could even find yourself committing to this other person quite quickly with this energy here. But yeah, you have some amazing energies, as you can see, Pisces. I think that it's going to be an amazing week. For you. Financially, I see you in a really good place. I see many of you working very hard, but definitely being rewarded for that hard work. I see some of you definitely landing a new job. I see many of you moving towards this abundance, this security, this stability. And the only Cups card you have is the Knight of Cups here. So I think that emotionally you're in a good place. For some of you could actually be quite excited because maybe you're receiving an offer. All right, additional guidance for Pisces for this upcoming week. Okay, so we have Ray. Yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. So your health is going to be key this week as well. Needing to maybe put a little bit more focus on your health. I'm not sure, if you do yoga or just exercise in general, but this is something that, definitely you need to make time for this week, Pisces. If you meditate, that would be something that benefits you as well. Okay, Pisces, I do hope that you found this reading helpful, and I hope you have a great week. Take care.